Coming up, Yordan Alvarez hits a pair of home runs for the Astros, and Eli White does a little bit of everything for the Rangers. This is Locked On Now MLB.
The biggest games, the best performances, expert analysis. You are Locked On Now.
Welcome in. You're listening to Locked On Now MLB, local experts weighing in on the biggest stories in baseball. I'm your host, Kainani Stevens. Thank you for making Locked On Now your first listen every single weekday. We've got our Locked On MLB hosts. They're going to recap everything for you from Memorial Day action. But first, we start out with Yordan Alvarez, some good pitching, giving Houston a comfortable win in yesterday's best performance.
The best performance.
Hold up.
Alvarez hit a pair of home runs for the Astros, who won the opener of their series with the A's pretty easily. Our Locked On Astros host goes over the win for the AL West leaders.
Hey, H-Town Wheelhouse here with Locked On Astros. The Astros win 5-1. The bats went off. They heated up. Framber Valdez pitched a gem. Yordan Alvarez hit 2 home runs, 910 feet total. Jose Altuve added with the home run, and Jose Siri with a triple. In the 7th inning, there was a collision at first base with Jose Altuve and the Oakland A's first baseman. He is going into concussion protocol. They do not know whether or not he will play on Tuesday. But stay tuned in. We'll have the latest for you on Locked On Astros. Myself and Eric the Man Heisman are back together. And we hope that you continue to make us your first listen every day. Go to YouTube, subscribe to our channel. Check us out on Apple, Google, or Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. And remember, go Stros.
Young and rising star Nolan Gorman stole the show for the St. Louis Cardinals last night. Our Locked On Cardinals host tells you about his second home run and a big night at the plate to help St. Louis.
Paul Goldschmidt stays red hot for the Redbirds, and they were able to piece it together on the pitching side as the Cardinals beat the Padres 6-3 today on Memorial Day. I am Lucas Smith, host of the Locked On Cardinals podcast. It was a game where you didn't know what you were going to get from the Cardinals pitching staff. Packy Naughton and Andre Pallante are able to get you to the 6th inning with some incredible work from both of them, especially Pallante. It was very important for those two to go. There were 2+ innings that they did go, and then the Cardinals were able to piece it together with the rest of the bullpen in Gallegos, Cabrera, and Helsley. And as I mentioned at the top, Paul Goldschmidt remains red hot. He is sprinting towards an NL Player of the Month in May as he clobbers another home run. His inning streak is up to 21 games, on base up to 35 games. You also saw a Nolan Gorman home run as he hits another towering shot for his second of the career for the young Nolan Gorman. All in all, a good day for the St. Louis Cardinals and a good start to the 3-game set against the San Diego Padres. I'll be talking about it on the next episode of Locked On Cardinals.
San Francisco needed a little bit from everyone to beat the Phillies in extras, and the Giants got it in a 5-4 win. Locked On Giants and Locked On Phillies tell you all about it.
Clutch home runs by Wilmer Flores, Evan Longoria, and Kurt Casale, plus excellent pitching, deliver the Giants the win. Ben Kaspick with the Locked On Giants podcast. It was just a continuation of the struggling offense for the beginning part of this game, but then Wilmer Flores had a great at-bat and tied the game with a 2-run homer. Evan Longoria gave them a 1-run lead with a homer in the 9th, and then Kurt Casale with a big 2-run homer in the 10th inning that proved to be decisive. Logan Webb had pitched 8 innings. Kapler said he was going to, he said to Webb, "You're out of this game," and then Webb talked his way back into it, but then Kyle Schwarber leading off the 9th inning tied the game with a home run. So it was kind of a wild back and forth game. I think the guys, the players, Webb, really appreciates that Kapler is willing to be a little bit flexible if you're that convicted and wanting to go back out there. And it's hard for me to find fault with that, given how well Logan Webb was throwing the ball. So it didn't work out this time, but it was an overall team win, and the Giants will take that. They are trying to turn the tide here after some rough sledding for a while. So we'll break it all down on Locked On Giants, where it's your team every day.
Coming up, the Pirates go toe-to-toe with the Dodgers in LA. This is Locked On Now MLB. Today's edition of Locked On Now is brought to you by BetOnline, the #1 spot for all of your online sports gambling needs. The Stanley Cup playoffs continue, and now the NBA Finals are just days away, so make sure you head over there to get your bets in at betonline.net. Welcome back to Locked On Now MLB. I'm Kainani Stevens. Thank you for making Locked On Now your first listen every single weekday. We now continue our look around the league.
Let's go around the league.
After dropping 3 of 4 to the Nationals, the Rockies got back to winning against the Marlins at home. Our Locked On Rockies host goes over the big rally that put Colorado comfortably ahead.
Rock on Rockies fans. Well, it took 17 innings for the Colorado Rockies to finally score a run at home. But what do? They go off and explode in the back half of the game. A bases clearing double from Jonathan DAZA, who steps up in a massive situation. We talked up on the show today. Good performance, waiting for that clutch hit. What does he do today? Pinch hits in a massive situation and gets 4 RBIs on the board. Garrett Hampson driving in a couple of runs. Charlie Blackmon as well. Good day at the yard overall for the Rockies as they get back in the win column. Locked On Marlins was looking for a sweep of the Rockies. Not going to happen. We'll be breaking it all down right here on Locked On Rockies.
The Red Sox are trying desperately to get back into the conversation in the AL East, but Boston lost a series with the Orioles after falling on Monday. Our Locked On Red Sox host brings you the details after a shutout to start the week.
The Red Sox just did not have it on Monday night and could not win the series after they were shut out against the Baltimore Orioles on Monday at Fenway Park. Hey, it's Lauren from Locked On Red Sox. Rich Hill didn't have it tonight, although Alex Cora does not believe it has anything to do with tipping pitches. Just old man didn't have it tonight. The Red Sox suffered their worst shutout loss since the 2013 season. We all know how that season ended, though. But we will break down Rich Hill's bad outing, the offense being completely silent, on our next episode of Locked On Red Sox.
The Guardians broke open a big lead late to beat the Royals, and Locked On Guardian says it was strong pitching early that let Cleveland stay in it and then pull ahead in the end to win.
This was an interesting game. So all the Zach Plesac haters were definitely very quiet after he just had his best start of the year. 5 innings. Well, I'll pull up the numbers to give you the exact ones in a second here. But let's get into the heart of this. Jose Ramirez, a 2-run home run, and then the Guardians gave it back. And I was just like you. I'm like, oh, great. They're going to lose this game. And then it looked like it was going to get blown open because Trevor Stephan has another rough outing after being like the team's best reliever. He's had a rough stretch. After that, we have Nick Sandlin come in, and his control issues continue. And somehow he gets out of it, but he does walk 3 batters in this one. It is he gets the win, showing you how pitcher wins don't really matter. The Guardians fight back. The 3-run home run by Andres GIMINEZ gives them the big win over the Royals in Game 1. It was a game that could have very easily lost multiple times. Plesac, I didn't scroll far enough. Final numbers. 6 innings, 1 earned run. I was hearing last week how he should get cut. Clearly, no one was saying that after today. 3 stars in this one are Plesac, GIMINEZ, and Jose Ramirez. Make sure to tune in to Locked On Guardians for more talk about your favorite team, the Cleveland Guardians.
The Pirates battled back and forth with the Dodgers and needed a rally in the 9th to win in LA. Locked On Dodgers goes over the wild finish.
Well, losing a game is never fun, and this game was no exception. What's up? This is Jeff from Locked On Dodgers. The Dodgers lost this game to the Pirates 6-5. Walker Buehler put them in a hole early, allowing a 3-run homer and a solo homer, both off of his fastball. It continues to not be nearly as effective as it has been in previous years. But then he settled down, held the Pirates to just those 4 runs in 6 innings, and the Dodgers offense slowly battled back-to-back solo homers to make it 4-2, another solo homer an inning or two later to make it 4-3, and then in the bottom of the 8th, a 2-run rally to take a 5-4 lead. Unfortunately, that meant Craig Kimbrell was tasked with protecting a 1-run lead for his first time as a Dodger, and he failed to do so. He allowed 2 runs, didn't get a lot of help from his defense. Freddie Freeman, the go-ahead run scored on Freddie Freeman misplaying a ground ball, but Kimbrell walked a dude, threw a wild pitch, allowed a couple of hits. It was not a good outing. He continues to not be nearly as sharp as we would like. There are a couple positives from this game. Obviously, the score is not one of them. David Bednar, the Pirates' best relief pitcher, threw over 50 pitches, so he's likely done for the series. Dylan Peters, who who they had thought about having start a game, had to pitch in relief. So the Pirates went all out to win this game, and they did. Would have been nice if the Dodgers could have stolen it. Check out Locked On Dodgers in the morning. First listen every day.
That's all for today on Locked On Now MLB. Thank you for making Locked On Now your first listen every single weekday. Make sure you check out Locked On MLB and your team's Locked On podcast. I'm Kainani Stevens. This has been Locked On Now.